Next topic, Persian instruments. Uh, there's a few. Hope you're with us still. First thing I would like to talk about is Persian vocals. I don't know if you noticed, but in general, in Middle Eastern music, you use your voice a lot like a vibrato instrument. Oh, and obviously I can't do that. So I brought a video of a very famous classical Persian singer, maybe the most famous one, Homayun Shajarian, who knows how to do this. And in this piece, he sings a phrase from a 700-year-old poetry book, which is very famous, called Hafez. Yeah, we should just watch it and see what he does.
آخ بیا که از عشق تو دیوانه گشتم وگر شهری بودم ویرانه گشتم ز عشق تو ز خان و مان بریدم به درد عشق تو هم خانه گشتم چنان کائل بودم کان را نگویم چون دیدم روی تو مردانه گشتم
I feel like it's like playing a solo on the electrical guitar just with your voice instead. So that's very Persian to do that. Another instrument that I really like is the daf. It's a round drum that you hold in your hands, and it has these metal ringlets that when you play it, it has this high frequent aftertouch. Yeah, just play it. Yeah, but it's a very violent sound, I think, especially if you are in a home setting and you play this instrument. You can't really hear the other musicians. So, yeah, I use it personally. I use this instrument when I want to make some wild dynamics in my productions and yeah, make people dance to the beat pumping. And I think it's especially good in a live setting because then the sound engineer can turn it down so you can hear the other instruments. Yeah, another instrument that I really like is the kamanche. Looks like a violin, sounds a bit like a violin, more rusty sound, and it has these very unstable overtones, unsteady overtones. I absolutely love this sound, but it's very hard to mix music around it because it takes up a lot of space in the frequency spectrum. I have used it once though, in one song, unreleased. By the way, all the songs we are playing here today are unreleased, so I guess that's kind of special. Yeah, next instrument is the ney, which is a flute, very, very old, kind of ancient style of flute where you direct the air with your tongue and teeth. And because of the very hard technique, I gave up right away. You can make these very crazy transpositions when you play it. It's better just to listen, I guess. Yeah. I haven't used that one yet in my productions, but I will, maybe in an ambient setting. Yes, and what do I have to you? Also, I have the ney and the kamanche vocals. Yeah, I'm just gonna bounce to the tombak, which is, oh no, the dotar. I love the dotar. The dotar is a banjo-like thing. Looks like a guitar or banjo. It only has two strings, which makes it less melodic and more rhythmic. And you use it more to make these trance-like atmospheres in the music. This instrument I really like. I haven't used it yet, but I am working on some party tracks for the festival concerts. Yeah, we should have played at Northside this year and Spot Festival, but yeah, you know, the pandemic. So I kind of stopped working on those party tracks because of that. But I will finish them with this instrument. Yeah, and then the tombak, which I was talking about before, which is probably the most famous Iranian instrument. It's a goat skin goblet drum. And it's very special because you can make a lot of different sounds on it. In the middle, if you hit with all your 5 fingers, you can make a very deep kick drum sound. And on the sides, you can make these very fine tined sounds. And in the next clip, it's a 7/4 rhythm, which is very Persian. Yeah. Another rhythm that you hear a lot in Western music, but a lot in Persian music. I love this instrument, and maybe you noticed that this was the main drum section in the song we just played, Bahar Del Nashin. Yes, and then we have the setar, which is very close to the dotar. Setar means 3 strings, but it actually has 4 strings. And then it has these, on its neck, it has 26, around 26 gut frets that you can change in order to get quarter tones. And this is what's very special about Persian and Indian and Chinese music, that you have these quarter tones that we don't have in Western music. So in Western music, for the non-musicians out there, in Western music you have the white keys on the keyboard and the black ones, and between the white and the black key there is a half a tone. But in between those tones, you in Persian music also have quarter tones, which makes a big difference because in Iran they have 7 tonal systems. In the Western world we only have 1 tonal system. And I'm still learning. I don't really get it yet, but I'm trying to learn it. Yeah, I'll come back to how it sounds later. Yeah, let's listen to the sitar. Yeah, I actually used that bit in my next release. So, okay. So, the santur, 72 strings, and that's pretty shitty. Okay, let's start with what I don't like about the santur. 72 strings makes it a hell to tune every time. I had this concert in Greenland last year where just 5 minutes outside in the cold with the santur it forced me to retune it all the time. And it takes, for me at least, it takes 30 minutes. That's one thing that I hate about the santur. Another thing that I don't like about the santur is that you can only tune it to one scale. So if you want to play different scales at a concert, you either have to bring more santurs, and they're pretty huge, which is not an option for me, or have someone in the back to retune it for you, and that's also not an option, I guess, for me. So yeah, that's the things I don't like about the santur, but I love everything else about it. The sound is magical. This I don't know. It kind of sounds like a rusty guitar, but with a very long release, and I don't know. It's a very special sound, and the sound might be a bit sharper today because I made my own hammer clothing so that I can get a more sharp sound in order to make crazier effects electronically. I'll explain that in a minute. I'll just show you the scale first, which is a G minor harmonic. Goes like this. So this is the middle octave. This is the low one. And you might be wondering, why am I not playing the highest tone? Well, I am. You don't use it that much, but you use it sometimes because this tone is actually the second highest tone. But you also have a higher tone, which is the same as this one. So that's how it's built, the small version at least.